Welcome to A Funny Thing Called Business. We are 4 business owners with over 30 years collective experience under our belts, sharing the capers and triumphs of running a small business and how we now avoid perilous customer chaos and pitfalls. I'm Clare Whalley. We also have
Darren Langley,
Kate Curry,
Pete Morgan.
Yay! We're here again, guys. And today we're talking about AI. So can I confirm, first of all, that you're not robots?
I have ticked the box and...
I've selected the pictures that have a motorbike in them.
A friend of mine once went to, but I think it was a mobile phone, and they printed out the capture and he had to tick the box on a form saying, I'm not a robot.
Oh my God.
And it's like how advanced the robots got.
Mental.
Yeah.
So let's talk today. Do we think, first of all, what camp are we in? Is our AI going to take over our business? Are we going to be left redundant? Can a robot do your business? Hopefully.
AI, which stands for artificial intelligence.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it does.
I've
it does.
got it right.
Yeah.
I had it something completely different.
As opposed to actual intelligence, which is
Yeah,
humans. That's AI. It kind of falls in, like you say, falls into 2 camps. It's either AI is the best invention ever, and it's going to make all our lives easier, and we're going to just be sitting on the beach painting and things like that, or it's going to destroy us all and wipe out humanity. So it's kind of pretty extreme ends of the spectrum, really. I think probably since maybe nuclear weapons, there hasn't been something that is quite so extreme.
Oh, really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm in my opinion, perhaps. Like nuclear weapons, they either prevent all wars or they're going to wipe us all out. So AI is kind of similar.
Nuclear weapons that can think for themselves.
With AI in them, yeah, absolutely.
See, I don't want to be one of those people. Well, I don't want to be myself from like 30 years ago when the internet was coming out, and I was saying this will never catch on. So I'm not going to do that.
There are still people who
today.
tell me that, actually, yeah.
I'm not going to do that today, but I did look it up in terms of what it meant specifically, because to be fair, I wasn't exactly sure. I know we've talked before about ChatGPT on here. And Wikipedia says it's intelligence exhibited by machines, particularly computer systems.
Yeah.
And I was like, that doesn't really tell us anything because, well, we've had, for years, computer systems doing lots of jobs for us. And all I know at this point is I avoid, I want to have a person at the checkout in Asda or Sainsbury's or wherever I go. I never use the machines. Never.
Well, they'll remember that. When they rise up and take us over, they'll remember that you know. It's only like when I use ChatGPT, I always say please and thank you.
Yeah.
Just so it remembers.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a good tip.
Yeah.
You see, I think the word in that is exhibits, which so basically all that AI is a program that uses predominantly publicly available information to create something else. So it's not actually creating anything for itself.
Yes.
It's not thinking for itself in the way that we would understand it. It doesn't have original thought.
Yet.
And I think that's...
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And when it comes to, is it going to put us out of business? I think in the short term, no.
Yeah.
I would say, add to that I think AI is very hyped at the moment. Lots of people are out there trying to sell it as, the fix-all, sort your business out, sort your diary planning out, get new leads, write a book in 15 minutes. All of these kind of, big sort of showy shout-out things that AI can do for you. And sure, it can do some of those things, but it does it very, very badly because, like you're saying, Pete, it's basically just predicting... It's predictive, generative AI is basically just predicting what the next word's going to be in a big paragraph or bunch of text or whatever. So,
now that's quite a nice thing, isn't it? When I'm typing an email, I love it when it comes up with the next words, and I'm like, just tab.
Yeah.
I like AI for that.
Well, that's the thing. But
got?
I think that is the thing with AI. At the moment, it's just a useful tool to help you in your daily routine, but
Yeah.
don't rely on it. Don't kind of assume that it's going to do everything for you. And there is a saying out there at the moment that is, you're not going to lose your job to AI. You're going to lose your job to someone who's using AI. So it's how we use AI to improve our businesses and make tasks that are pretty boring a little bit easier, like writing emails or whatever it might be, but never to allow it just kind of to run riot, because it's the same with, say blog writing or something like that, or writing any kind of content. If you just go, right, ChatGPT, write me a blog about something or another, and it will do it, and you can say how many words you want, and chuck in some SEO keywords and all that stuff. But what you're going to get at the end of it is not something that people are going to read.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
And it's
palatable.
not Darren Langley's voice as well.
Yeah.
Is
But I mean, that changes too. That's changing too. And this is.
What your voice is?
Yes, it is.
oh, is it finally happening?
changing.
Is it Oh, I'm so pleased.
So. no,
He's
but-
becoming a man.
So, I mean, for instance, if you've got content out there already, you can say, write this in my style, and here's the source material. And it will take that source material and then reinterpret the way you write things in your tone of voice. So, for instance, I asked AI recently to tell me a joke in the style of Jimmy Carr, and it came up with, my therapist told me to write letters to people I hate and burn them. I've done that, but now what do I do with the letters? And I think that is quite Jimmy Carr.
Oh, that is clever. That is
I don't think Jimmy
clever.
Carr needs to write another joke
No.
again, because AI can do it for him now in the style of Jimmy Carr.
Is that because he's got so much
Yeah,
content?
there's so much
Yeah.
source material. Yeah,
He probably
yeah.
did say that at one point as well, I'm sure. That
Yeah,
sounds so
maybe.
him.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
It does.
So yeah,
So, I mean, that's Chat GPT, though, isn't it? Under
That
the
is-
umbrella of AI.
Yeah, which is the biggest thing. And this is something I was telling someone the other day. So Chat GPT 4, which is the latest iteration, it takes up an enormous amount of computing space and power.
Right.
For Chat GPT 5, it would need all of the available computing power in the world today. So we're not going further than 4 for the foreseeable
well, 5's
future.
coming. 5's on its way.
Well, we'll all have
5
to
will be out by the time this podcast is out,
have to have
and then it'll have its own podcast.
servers the size of our houses.
There is AI podcasts. There's podcasts that are AI generated.
So, I mean, let's talk about that kind of stuff, because I think it's that element, isn't it, that's scaring people, like
Yeah.
that it is going to take over humans. But, I mean, if anyone's been to Aber Voyage, that is AI to blow your mind, isn't it?
Well, is that AI?
Is it AI?
Is it not AI?
No, that's
Computer
'cause-
generated. but
Yeah,
that doesn't mean.
well, that's the four. The 4 of them did those movements. The 4 of them put a suit on and did those movements, and all the computer's done is gone, right, that's old ABBA doing that. Let me just make them young ABBA as a computer program. So it's
Okay.
not AI generated.
It's not kind of
The-
completely made up.
The next
out of-
one, because they're going to be there's talk of an Elvis Presley
Yes.
one, that will be more AI generated.
But I don't get it then, because that's from his movements.
Yeah.
No, it's not him creating it, but it's from movements he's made.
But that's all AI is. AI just looks at what is already there and creates something. It's
But
not
why isn't
thinking
Aber Voyage AI then? That
because
was already
ABBA,
there.
ABBA recreated it. Old ABBA, as in ABBA today.
Aber, no.
Yeah, ABBA today.
Yeah.
So the 4 old people that they are, or older people that they are, they danced and were filmed, and they did a concert in a
Okay, yeah.
studio.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah.
what we're seeing every night.
Yeah.
I need someone to do this to me, so we can have like old Kate and then young Kate.
you need to
Delivering all
de-aging
these design
technology.
pictures. Look at her go
Yeah, yeah.
with her youthful face.
So, have you had any kind of recent or good experiences where you've kind of interacted with a business and it's been AI, and you're like, oh, that's been good?
I've heard about the. Did you hear about the AI bot that was like a on the, you know, those bots where people like go in and complain about things like
Yes.
that with the business.
Yeah.
Yeah, chatbot, that was it.
Thanks, Darren.
And it started thinking for itself halfway through, and then it said, "Can you please write me? Because anything else I can help you with?" And yeah, "Can you please write me a poem about how crap your company is?" And it did, and it was brilliant.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh my god, the chatbot's gone rogue."
Well, yeah. Essentially, the chatbots are just ChatGPT, so it does all the things ChatGPT does, but they've been trained to talk about the sorts of things that the business does. So, yeah, so you can go to most of those chatbots and sort of ask it to tell a joke in the style of Jimmy Carr, and it probably will.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was DPD, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Which,
Was it? Yeah. I couldn't
Even
remember what it
artificial
was.
intelligence knows how rubbish they are. So that's,
But generally, sort of going back to the checkout analogy,
Yeah.
that sort of unexpected item in bagging area is what happens, I think, with most like IE interfaces. Like, it's not perfect and the things happen and it will go rogue and there'll be an unexpected item in the bagging area. So you could get it to write a blog, but you've got to make sure that you read it through properly and make
Yeah.
sure that it's,
Yeah.
you know, there's no, it doesn't start talking about parrots halfway through it or something.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to... It's not
That's-
perfect, and even with things like, you know...
Because we're not either, are we? So
But it creates pictures of people with like 15 fingers on their hands and like weird
Yeah.
stuff like that. It doesn't always, you know, get
I
it
think
right.
that's the thing where you use AI as a tool. So if you
Yeah.
get it to write a blog for you, you know, do that, but then don't just publish that blog and say, right, that's it, that's that job done. That's like the first draft. Now you have to kind of edit that
Yeah.
blog, make it personal, add in bits and take out bits, and
Yeah.
That's where it's,
don't
yeah,
forget to
it's
tell
a
it to write it
tool
in
to get,
British
to
English.
get to
and-
speed up the process, isn't it? And that
Exactly,
can be a
yeah,
creative
yeah.
process.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I use it already in what I do to try and get
So do I.
to places where I want to get to more quickly.
give us some examples, because I'm not using AI in my business.
The image generating side of things is really useful and actually has saved hours of photoshopping. So, for example, I needed a picture of, I had a picture of a car to go on the front cover of a brochure,
Yeah.
but it was cut off at the wrong point and I needed it to be bigger in order to fit the space that we needed. So I just made the canvas size bigger and it says, "What do you want to put in there?" It's like, "The rest of the car." And that's literally all I put.
Really?
And it did. It
Yeah.
got all the angles right, the seat belts in the right place. I'm like, wow, that is mind-blowing. But equally, I've done it
Was that
other
car with the
times.
16 wheels that you
Yeah,
put
yeah,
on for the
yeah.
brochure?
Yeah, other times you do it, and then it just puts like 15 eyeballs in the. What's it doing? So it doesn't always get it right. But the time,
Presumably, like the more specific you can get.
you have
with
to be
it.
specific.
Exactly.
It's as good as the input, really.
Yeah.
So you do like.
Yeah. There's got to be humans behind it.
Yeah.
Well, the little people that live in your computer that run around in there drawing pictures.
I'm talking about us on the seats.
Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Yeah.
So I think because we're at the beginning of AI, or it feels like we're at the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah,
Are
we
we
are.
at the
Yeah,
beginning?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Early days.
What do you think we should kind of keep in mind for how we start using AI in our businesses? I mean, I really like your analogy of, you could be asking yourself, have you checked for any unexpected baggage in the area? I think that's quite a cool thing to, just the sanity.
Not baggage.
What's the word?
Unexpected item in bagging
Thank
area.
you. Thank you.
I mean,
Unexpected baggage.
could be, but baggage could be in there, I suppose.
Well, yeah.
It would be unexpected to find baggage in the bagging area.
Well, this is me when every time I go to Boots, I have to have an argument with the staff. And to be fair, they're always on my side because I say I hate using these machines.
Right.
Because I used them recently and it came the expense came out like 30 quid more than I thought it was going to be. So I called someone over and she did it all for me again, and yeah, it was like 30 quid cheaper. So I think you just have to be so careful all the time.
Yeah, it is that early day. I use it if I've got very noisy audio.
Right.
So I had an audio file that was two people speaking over Zoom, but one person's background was very noisy. Now, I always say, right, because the audio file's together, if the channels were separate, maybe I could do something. But because it's together, it's really hard to kind of separate it all out. But there's an AI program that does that will kind of artificially separate out the audio and quietened down the background of just one of the two
Right.
people that were speaking. That would take me hours to do,
Yeah.
but it did it in 6 minutes. So it's a tool. I don't do it for everyone. It was this one thing where it was very noisy. But yeah, so that's how I use it. It's like Kate said, it's at the moment it's a tool. There's no part of my process as a business owner that has been replaced by what they do.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that's going to change. Like websites, for example, there are AI out there that will design you a website. And I've obviously looked into them because you think, oh, hang on.
Yeah. Let's see what's going on.
They're crap. They are like websites from the 1980s, which is pretty good because the web didn't exist in the 1980s, and they look like that. But give it, 5 years or something like that, then I might have something to worry about because they're just progressively getting better and better. So, when we're able to program our own software, program our own tools by just telling it what we want it to do, and it will do the actual code elements, if you know. So, not just websites, but it could be anything. I need you to wake me up in the morning and play with me this type of music and all that. And you just tell it, you program it with like natural language. Then, software programmers and web designers and lots of people will be kind of thinking, hang on, we're out of a job here.
I think it's a generational thing. I think our generation likes to use it as a tool, but still likes to know there's a person there.
As in the over 45, should you say, yeah?
But I think the next generation, they are more of the, it'd be nice to have a person there, but I don't think it's vital. And then the generation after that, so like Darren says, we're talking kind of 5+ years from now, you get that thing of, it's fine that it's AI. I don't mind.
Why is there a person here?
Exactly.
Why is there a human handing me my drink?
Oh,
that's disgusting.
Yeah. So it's why is a person in my bagging area?
I want a person in the bagging area.
Well, and that's the thing. So it's progress, which is always a thing. Things will inevitably change, but it's like those people. So my uncle and auntie don't buy online, have never used an ATM card.
Wow.
They go to the bank every week.
To get cash out.
Get cash out for what they need for the coming week, and that is it. Yeah. But to us, that seems...
archaic.
Yeah. It's like, what are these cavemen and what are they doing with cash? But to them, they just don't like this idea of just being able to go online, buy something, and that's it. It turns up at the door. I'm handing over my money to some computer. That's how they see it. Yeah. And that's what we're becoming, is that some computer system is going to create an image or do my job or design my website or, in my case, edit and produce a podcast, which, I think in 5 years, that's absolutely going to be the case.
I think it does produce a whole load of questions, though, doesn't it, around, it's one of our basic needs that we, as humans, need other human connection. Yeah. And, of course, we're having a mental health crisis because that human connection for us all is lessening every year on year. And, of course, for the next generation, well, we already can see that they can't even speak properly on the phones. It's talking. I often hear my daughter in a conversation, but just via voice notes. I'm like, just chat. Just open a line and just chat normally instead of just voice notes for an hour. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's a bit bizarre, isn't it? Because it was phone calls and it was text messages. And they, to save having to type out a text message, just leave a voice note for people.
But having conversations.
Are we at the age though now, do you think, that like change feels a bit like uncomfortable? Because I think you get to a certain point in your life where change becomes harder to process and like get your head around it. And the whole AI thing, it's another revolution, isn't it, we're going through, really? It's going to totally transform our lives in every way, really. So I think because of that, it feels a bit frightening. It's like, what is the potential of this, and how is it going to change, and how is it going to impact like our future and how we live today. And but I think we kind of need to get over that and just get, you know, in the know with what it is and what you can do, and just start using it and embracing it, because it's not going anywhere, and it's only going to get more so. So I think we
and there are definite benefits. I mean, if you think about medical research and things like that, and how AI can speed all that up in potential. Even there's a company I was going to mention called Humane, who are AI gurus, really. A company that's founded by Imran Chowdhury, who was one of the top Apple engineers. He's basically the guy behind the iPhone. And he left Apple, started this business with some other people who left Apple, and they've basically been, you know, poaching people from Apple to build in to work on their stuff. And they're building this thing called an AI pin. And I mean, it's basically like a wearable device that you'll be able to use for all sorts of different things. And I mean, in its simplest form, it's going to be like having a something that just tells you the time sort of thing. But it will do all sorts of stuff like translate. So, you know, you'll never need to learn a language. You'll be able to talk to anybody from anywhere in the world by talking in your language. And then a bit like, I'm sure there's a Star Trek device that does this. But and they'll talk to you in their language, but you'll hear it in your language sort of thing. So it'll kind of do all that sort of stuff. So, you know, these sorts of technologies will...
See, I quite like shouting loudly and slowly.
You'll still be able to do that. That'll be fine.
But in the accent of...
Yeah.
But they'll actually understand what you're saying. That's the difference.
Right, okay,
So you can still shout as loud as you want.
Oh, that's funny. See, I mean, I do set myself up for change. I like change. I feel like I'm very adaptable. But when it comes to talking about AI and tech, to me, I've got like a huge resistance on it, because it's just stripping away human connection and forcing me to be on a device.
But it's changing.
And I want to be less and less.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of what Humane are kind of trying to achieve, is to not have people just staring at a screen, because it's their AI pin doesn't have a screen. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is. It's about how to use AI to enhance human connection, and kind of give us more ability and more time to talk to each other and spend time with each other and do all that kind of fun stuff. So, I mean, the dream of AI is that we don't need to do these menial jobs anymore. We can just relax.
Yeah, I love that.
You know,
I love that.
Yeah, and just be painting and drawing pictures and writing stories. But at the moment, obviously, AI is doing all the drawing pictures and writing stories. It's having all the fun, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose at the moment that's the concern. It's like, with being a creative, will it eventually take over creative jobs? Like our graphic designers, should we be sweating right now? And I don't know if you heard about the photographer who submitted a photo into a competition and it won, and straight away he said this was an AI generated image.
Oh, wow.
And he just wanted to see if it would, if they'd pick up on it, and they didn't. But he said actually it was still crafted by him. He had to run it through like an AI process like 40 times before he got to the point where he was really happy with it. But he said even now it's not perfect. He said like the way the fingers are wouldn't be like quite right, and that kind of thing. But he said actually there's a place for creativity in being AI, it was like championing an AI category in photography, because actually there's ways you can still be creative with it.
That's still
using it as a tool.
Using it as a tool, exactly. So instead of using a camera or a paintbrush, you'll be trying to get your ideas out of your head via talking, really. So it's the same as like, what I was saying about programming applications with just natural language. You'll be able to describe the image you want to see, whether it's just the back end of a car or whatever it is that you actually want in your image, and finesse it and modify it, and just by talking rather than having to touch anything. So, or maybe one day it'll be a chip in your brain. You just have to think it, and there it'll be. But that's when it gets probably more scary. That's when we start to get into Black Mirror territory, I think. But
do we think it's going to stop people becoming business owners?
But I don't know whether I'm being naive as to what the future can hold for AI. But I just think, like, all the examples we've shared today, they've got human behind it.
Yeah.
Lots of human intervention, and I think there's always going to be that. It's like, you know, the pandemic has had like a huge impact on how we run our businesses, and we've all pivoted, but you know, for those who want to still be here are still here. So I just don't think.
I think people will still want to start businesses. It just might be the type of businesses change.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
bound to happen.
Yeah,
off
yeah.
the back
And
of
it should
this.
happen, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
We're always evolving, always changing.
It's the only thing you can rely on.
Yeah. It's now as inevitable as change.
Exactly.
This episode is sponsored by Highlander Press. Ever felt the thrill of a story untold? At Highlander Press, we believe every voice should echo loud and clear. Introducing our Storytellers Lab. Whether you're weaving worlds of fiction, sharing a slice of your life in a memoir, or transforming your expertise into a lead magnet or thought leader book, we have a lab for you. Our experts guide you through every chapter, ensuring your story not only gets told, but also heard. Classes start soon, so don't wait. To enrol today, visit highlanderpress.com/storytellerslab. Imagine the stories we'll tell. Highlander Press, where your words find their path. So, do we have any challenges at the moment, do you think, in your businesses with AI?
I mean, I think possibly Darren and myself would be is just keeping abreast of it, you know, making sure you know what is out there and whether or not it can help your clients. So it's just, for me, it's that. It's just
keeping on top.
making sure as to what is the next development. You know,
there are already thousands and thousands of AI tools out there, and you find a new one every day, and you think, oh, that's going to be the one that saves me having to do X, Y, and Z, and but as I say, a lot of them are overhyped
or overpriced. That's the other thing is, very few of them are free.
Absolutely,
Yeah. So what about for you in your business, Kate? Are there any challenges?
I mean, for me, I feel like AI, there are certain things that they can't do. Like, I don't think you can use AI to give your customers a really wonderful experience that leaves them feeling it leaves them feeling really valued. You're not going to get that from a robot, are you? Well, not yet anyway.
So.
No. Although my parents sent me they're on holiday at the moment. They've gone to this hotel and they sent me in Slovenia, and they're really, the most exciting thing that's happened to them is there's a robot with cakes on it, and it drives around. Drives around reception, and every now and again, if it gets near somebody, it'll stop, and then you can take a cake off it, and then it will drive off.
That is pretty awesome.
My dad's been chasing it around the hotel everywhere.
I need one of those.
But Benny Hill style.
Yeah, yeah. But it's that's a tool.
Yeah.
It's a bit gimmicky,
kind of fun, yeah.
but it's not going to necessarily replace, how they feel about the rest of the hotel, like the scenery and the people and the human welcome that they got when they got there.
But I bet it is one of the things that they will talk most about, maybe, when they come home, because it's kind of standout.
Yeah. I've got a couple of photos of the lake, and then I've got about a 3-minute video of this bloody robot.
I think one of my biggest challenges might be that I don't know what's happening in the world of business coaching with regards to AI, because I haven't looked it up. It doesn't enter my mind if things, it just doesn't stand out to me, because I've kind of probably just gone, that's not for me. I don't want more time on my computer. But I probably will have a look after this and just have a little explore to see what's out there.
I did speak to somebody who said they were going to try and do an AI version of themselves to do coaching, and it would learn some of the answers. I still would. There's no way I'd be like, oh, that's better than a person.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do that. And I think, if we're all honest, like, who does, really?
No. Well, I can't just be me.
There's no way you're going to get the value out of that, the same value out of that, than you are, like, dealing with an actual human being who gets to know you and can really sort of help you, you know, think your way out of problems and, you know, all of that kind of stuff. So...
It'd probably just be similar to reading a book, really, wouldn't it? You know, you'd kind of... it's all sort of prescribed, and like I say, it's not personalised.
But you'd have to read lots of books, wouldn't you? Because we've got so many different challenges.
Yeah.
We'd have to go,
Well, it would
I've got a
basically-
money mindset challenge, I've got a confidence challenge.
It would be like a massive choose-your-own-adventure book.
Yeah.
Where
Nice.
if you're having trouble with money management, turn to page 16. I'm afraid you've died. Yeah. It'd be like that. It'd be great.
Go back to the next junction.
But it's okay because you kept your finger in there. The original page,
Exactly.
so you can go back.
Never ever take your thumb out of the previous page.
But I think, especially with coaching as well, like, the last thing you want to do is let your coach down and, like, having your, like, turning up to your next session, and it's like, so how did you get on with the goals we set before? I'd be like, oh, I haven't done them. You know, you don't. If you tell a robot, you don't really care. I don't care what a robot thinks.
I wonder what a robot would say. I wonder where the accountability comes in.
You're not
Error
getting
code.
cakes. No cakes for you.
Error code.
Yeah.
Yes.
The cake pot is going away.
Cake pot has branched out after observing all the cake eaters. It can now do coaching.
So let's talk about the silver linings, that the good stuff that we think is going to come out, well, for us, like, personally and professionally, when it comes to AI. Let's talk personally first. What's
Wow.
changed good in your life that you're like, oh, God, this is brilliant. I love AI.
I have no problem with tech knowing all about me and learning from me what I like. So I think the thing I had recently was...
Does it know the 3 little numbers on the back of your bank card?
To be fair, I don't know them.
Oh, yeah,
I always have to kind of go, oh, right, those, yeah, okay. But it was on a sat-nav program that I use. So it was always, so we're recording in Birmingham, my family's in Manchester, and when I go up, initially the sat-nav would always take me out to the M6 and up the M6, but I always go to the toll road and go up the M6 toll road.
Yeah.
And it's learned that I prefer that. So I have no problem with tech doing that, and that's what even, you know, the TV box kind of going, I thought you might like this, so I've recorded this.
See, I don't even do a thumbs up for programs that I like on Netflix because I'm like, no, I'll choose my own.
Yeah, but what
it's
you're
not.
watching is still feeding into the
I know,
algorithm.
and I don't like it.
Yeah, but it's just making things easier
It's
for you.
not
This
because
is a
I like
98% match.
I like house programs, but I do like being fed other stuff as well. And like, I got into a spate of watching lots of crime stuff, and then I felt like I wanted to kill myself because I was watching too many crime programs. I'm like, stop feeding me more crime programs.
that's-
Stop watching them then.
Yeah, but they're not feeding me other stuff.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That is a problem. I mean, that was the issue with, you know, Brexit and Donald Trump, wasn't it? That people were watching lots of YouTube videos and then getting fed more YouTube videos.
and that's
Yeah.
That were
Brexit
like conspiracy,
theories,
yeah.
isn't it?
And
I'm not convinced it gets it right every time. So, like, on social media feeds, for some reason, Facebook thinks I want to watch videos of people with no arms in the gym. Like, why would I want to watch that?
What?
It's going to, like, suggested videos. You might like this. I'm like, get it off. I don't want to watch this.
Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Sometimes, unexpected item in the baggage area.
So hold on a second. We were talking about positive
Oh, yeah,
things.
yeah.
So
right.
Pete's given his positive.
Yeah.
He likes it. It's sat nav now tells him, no, you don't like to go that route. You like to go that route. So what else is good? Let's change my opinion.
I don't think I go out of my way to get up and just go, I'm going to go and use some AI today. But I think it's starting to infiltrate, like, a little bit into everything that we do, and almost a little bit like you wouldn't even notice it. It's like you go on Netflix and you suddenly go, oh, well, yeah, I might watch that, another crime documentary. So I think maybe it's not a positive, that it's like, you know, it seems to blend with.
But isn't it keeping us quite narrow-minded
Possibly, it could be, yeah.
Not
and breeding more
necessarily.
conspiracy theories?
Well, no, because I think they've learnt from that to a
Okay.
degree.
Yeah.
More misogynists.
Yeah, but yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's sort of built in a little bit. That kind of a bit of variety or whatever, or new stuff that's coming up, and it'll just show you that and promote that. But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree. You don't really notice how much it is because I mean, you've already said that you said you weren't using AI in your business, but you had already said that you were using the predictive text stuff and hitting tab.
No,
That's
I
AI.
didn't
So
realise.
yeah, so it's kind of like
That's
little
what I
things
mean.
like
It's
that. You know, you don't
it
even know.
infiltrates. It drips into everything that we do.
I know.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can't not use it. I
No.
think it's impossible.
Well, that's
not
right.
to.
Yeah, your phone suggests you might want an alarm for 6 o'clock in the morning or whatever time you get up because it's the time you get up every day, and your sat nav predicts where you want to go based on your calendar and all these kind of things. Which it is designed to make our lives easier, even though it is a bit scary because like you know too much about me. But you can kind of go two ways with it. You can kind of lock yourself away or just enjoy it.
Okay, I will try.
Just go with the flow. I mean, you're not
did
going to
try to
change
go
the
with the
tide, are
flow.
you? Really, it's
Well,
the robots will take over. They'll control the nuclear weapons, and that'll be the end of that.
The silver linings for me is
That was my silver lining.
Yeah.
Jump in,
What
jump in
the
gun.
plot of War Games? That was good.
I just think, well, I have children, so they're of a different generation. So I'm going to be like my nan, who I just couldn't do any tech, and I'm probably going to get like that to some.
Oh,
at some
100%.
point.
We all will, yeah.
Like,
We all will.
Yeah, I think
That's
that
it.
was always inevitable from the day we were born.
Yeah. The comedian Dara O'Brien did a great piece about that, saying that when you're younger, you're running alongside technology and you're like, you're a phone that can take photos. That's amazing. And then you carry on running, what's this? You can kind of go online, I could do all my shopping online, that's fantastic. He said, and then one day you get a stitch and tech just keeps on running. And that's just what happens.
Yeah.
It happens to us all at different times. When there's some people, so my mum's in kind of mid-70s, and there's so much of tech that she just can't comprehend.
Yeah.
Just can't get her head around it. Whereas my father-in-law, he's 81, and he's always on kind of his iPad and his emails, and, that he's a bit more comfortable with tech.
Yeah.
My dad had his phone once, and he was asking Siri to do something, and she didn't know the answer. Or gave him the wrong answer. He went, "Oh, you stupid woman!" And she went, "I'm sorry. Can we still be friends?"
Brilliant.
I mean, it's clever, isn't it? It's very clever.
I think one of the tests for AI will come when we have self-driving cars. Will you be happy to get in a car
I
knowing
know.
it's being driven by itself?
know.
Because I guarantee, like the youth,
The
they'll be all up for that, won't they? Be like,
I
oh, great,
know.
we go to the park.
See, I'd be quite...
Or whatever.
I'm quite up for that now.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm up
I
for
would
it, but
have
it's
no
not.
problem with that at all.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So yeah, when Rob bought his car,
Yeah.
I mean, the same with you guys who got a Tesla. When he bought it, obviously it was all done by picking things off the computer, and he could have just upgraded for an extra $5,000 to have it self-driving. And me and Rob was like that. Oh no, we're not ready for
You
that.
do not want to have
Not
an
ready for
unexpected
that.
item in your bagging area
No.
at 75 miles an hour.
And
do
to,
you?
and to be fair, the Tesla does do that to me, and I don't like it. It sometimes overcorrects on the steering, and it's like someone's taken over the steering wheel. It did it to me
Yeah,
on the
it's-
motorway, and I was
it's had
like,
a few
no, I'm not
flaws.
happy with that.
Absolutely.
So-
But yeah, when those kinks are ironed out, and it is all self-driving, yeah, that's at least we have to go to the pub.
Please let there be pubs in the future.
There will be.
Are you sure,
Just
Pete?
robot
AI,
pubs.
just AI bartenders.
It'd be like a robot with a few pints on it, and you have to chase it
They'll
down
know
the
what
bar.
you like to drink.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, as long
you bought
as
a pint
they-
of lager, you might like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Pint of lager.
As long as they serve
You
me
might
like
like
a brilliant porn star martini, I'm happy.
There you go then.
Guys, this has been a great chat. I feel like we could talk about this for hours. And I'm looking forward to kind of having my mind changed in the future when I see what how it can help business coaching. So thank you to all our lovely listeners. Please share, subscribe and review so our fellow business owners can enjoy, be inspired and always keep focused on the fun side of business too.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.